Hi there, this is Tata and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, March 24th, 2023, and tonight there was no AEW Rampage, so that means I will only be reviewing Friday Night Smackdown. So let's kick things off with how Smackdown closed. The ending to the show was the KO show with Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens comes out first, and then Sami Zayn comes out. They both get massive pops. And Kevin actually alludes to this. He says, did he do everything right? He gave Sami Zayn the big intro. Sami says he didn't want his own pop. And he starts talking to Kevin Owens about, do they even realize what they're going to do at WrestleMania? They're about to win the undisputed tag titles. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn say that this year's WrestleMania is different. And Kevin Owens alludes to when Sami Zayn was given a shirt that says Honorary Ooze by Roman Reigns. And Kevin says that he told him he would need a new shirt. And so he gives him a shirt and it says KO Mania. And so Sami Zayn thought that that was the shirt he was going to get. And KO explains that that is the back of the shirt. And when he turned it around in the front, it said WrestleZania. So it says WrestleZania on the front and KO Mania on the back, which I thought was a really cool idea. And Kevin Owens says that he did this because there's only one person who's been the MVP for the last 12 months, and that person is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn wanted to hug KO, but KO wasn't feeling it. He didn't want to hug Sami. He says that Sami Zayn only gets one hug per month. And so they hug again. Then the Usos attack them. They give a double super kick to Kevin Owens and a 1D to Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens chases the Usos with the steel chair. So that is how Friday Night SmackDown comes to a close. Remind you, we are on the road to WrestleMania. We are 8 days from WrestleMania. I thought this was a good way to end Friday Night SmackDown. You know, this is the story. This is the story that we've been building to. And we finally got here. And it will culminate next Saturday at WrestleMania. So I'm actually looking forward to this. I cannot wait for this match. I honestly think we are going to have new undisputed tag team champions in Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now let's start this review from the beginning. So SmackDown tonight kicked off with Cody Rhodes versus Ludwig Kaiser. Now this is actually a good match. I did not mind this match at all. Of course, Vinci was at ringside. Cody Rhodes hit Kaiser with a stalling suplex. Paul Heyman came out and he was watching this match. Cody then hit the running knee and a superplex to Kaiser. Of course, when Kaiser had the ref distracted, Vinci cheap shot at Cody. And then also in the middle of the match, Solo Sikoa came out and he too was watching this match. At one point, both men had back and forth strikes. And then Cody hit the Cody Cutter to Ludwig Kaiser. Now, Cody Rhodes attempted to do the crossroad 2 times during this match, and both times he failed. And as they say, 3 times the charm, because the third and final time that he attempted to do the crossroads to Ludwig Kaiser, he successfully hit the crossroads, and he ended up being victorious, despite Vinci being at ringside, despite Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa being at ringside too. So after the match, Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa stand on the ring apron, and Paul Heyman says they owe Cody Rhodes an apology. He goes on to say that Samantha Irvin did a lousy job at introducing him, so Paul Heyman introduces Cody Rhodes. And Paul Heyman says that Cody's road to WrestleMania has a giant pothole, as Cody will face Solo Sikoa on Monday Night Raw. And then afterwards, on the go-home show to SmackDown, Cody and Roman will come face-to-face one last time. And Cody says that as undefeated and as good as Solo is, he's still not ready. And then the crowd starts chanting, "You're not ready." And then he goes on to say that after Solo finds out he's not ready, Roman Reigns will find out he's not ready at WrestleMania. So I'm actually looking forward to Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes on Monday Night Raw. I have a feeling it might be a screwy finish. This way they protect both Cody and they protect Solo Sikoa. You don't want to have Cody get pinned literally on the go-home show to WrestleMania, but you also don't want to have Solo Sikoa lose his undefeated streak right now. So I could see a screwy finish happening to protect both men. Then we find out that John Cena will open night 1 of WrestleMania against Austin Theory. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually really excited for that. We get a Charlotte Flair promo, and she says that we're 8 days away from WrestleMania. She's a 14-time champion, and that was not built on fear, insecurities, or nepotism. She goes on to say those are the same 3 things that have been used against her since she started in this business. And she says that this business wasn't built on fear, it was built on respect. She says she doesn't fear Rhea Ripley, she respects her. And she goes on to say that she respects Nikki and Brie, referring to now known as the Garcia twins. Sasha Banks, she actually named drop Sasha. Becky, Bailey, and she lists a whole other women that she respects. She says that she's built this house with every brick that they've thrown at her, and she loves her dad and will never apologize for continuing the greatest legacy in sports entertainment. And she ends it by saying diamonds are forever and so is Charlotte Flair. So I kind of feel like this might be a little heelish. So I wasn't feeling this promo. I guess they're trying to do this so that we boo Charlotte and fully support Rhea. But I wasn't feeling this promo. And this promo did not get me excited for Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley. I will say that much right now. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus L.A. Knight. And his wife and daughter were in attendance. So this is actually a good match. Rey Mysterio paying homage to Eddie Guerrero during this match. Of course, Dominic came out. He caused a distraction. LA Knight caught Rey Mysterio when he was doing the 619. And then when Rey tried to do the 619 again, Dominic tripped him. And this allowed LA Knight to be victorious. So happy for LA Knight to finally get a victory as we are on the road to WrestleMania. So good for him. I feel like he needed to make up for those losses that he suffered against Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. So afterwards, Dominic takes the mic and he says, Jefe, and he asks if he's really going to give him what he wants or is he going to run away again. And Dom shoved his dad. Ray keeps refusing to fight Dominic. And so Dom tells him to walk away like he always does. And remind you, his mom is in attendance. So he goes up to his mom and starts asking her what it feels like to be married to someone like Ray and cause his mom a deadbeat. And she takes the mic from him. And she is about to say something to him, but he basically yells at her to shut up. I mean, she should have taken out the chancla and hit Dominic with it. How dare he yell at his mom that way? Everyone knows that you don't talk to your mom that way and get away with it. I mean, I was expecting her to hit him with the chancla. Like, I thought she would have taken off her chancla and hit Dominic with it. You guys know how Latino moms are notorious for hitting their disobeying children with the chancla. That's what I was waiting for. But that didn't happen. Instead, what ended up happening was Ray attacked Dominic for yelling at his mom. And so finally, after so many months of denial, of refusing to accept, Rey Mysterio finally accepts Dominic's offer for a match at WrestleMania. I think Ray's going to put over his son Dominic. I still think Dominic is going to crash his Hall of Fame induction. Next, we get the WrestleMania Showcase qualifier match is Natalya and Shotzi versus Lacey Evans and Xia Li. This match didn't do anything for me. Natty and Shotzi won. And then at the end, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler return, and they say that they get added to this Showcase match. So we got 3 teams revealed. We're still missing the last team. But that's all you need to know. Next, we get the Intercontinental title contract signing. You guys know that weddings, contract signings, and celebrations in wrestling never end well. And this was no different. Sheamus comes out and he starts saying, imagine telling your best friend your goal and then having them steer that goal. He says, imagine letting your friend sleep on your couch, who you brought to his first training session. Imagine getting the opportunity to smash that person's face. He basically calls Drew McIntyre a backstabber. And then McIntyre fires back and says that every week Sheamus runs his mouth and that they beat the hell out of each other. And Sheamus can't separate what's personal and what's business. Facts are McIntyre can beat GUNTHER and Sheamus can't. And then GUNTHER comes out and he wants Adam Pearce to justify why he's defending in a triple threat. And GUNTHER says that whatever he has to do, he will defend his IC title and it will be justified. And then Butch attacks GUNTHER and this leads into Butch versus GUNTHER. So first, I wanted to see Sheamus versus GUNTHER. I wanted Sheamus to get his WrestleMania moment. I'm sure this triple threat's going to be a banger. So I don't mind it. But I wonder if Sheamus will win or if GUNTHER will retain. Regardless of the outcome, like I said, it's going to be a banger. So this isn't the first time that Butch and GUNTHER have faced each other. Back when they were known as Walter and Pete Dunne, Walter actually defeated Pete Dunne at NXT TakeOver in New York to win the United Kingdom Championship, ending Pete Dunne's reign of 700 days. And that match was impressive. If you haven't seen that match, I highly suggest you go back and you watch that match. I think that match was better than this one. Don't get me wrong, this was still a decent match, but that TakeOver match was far better, far superior than this one. GUNTHER was pretty much dominating Butch here. He hit him with the power slam, the chest chop, a Boston Crab, and then a crossface. Then a German suplex. It seemed to me like Butch somewhere, I think probably after GUNTHER threw him into the steel steps, he got like a little cut right here and he got busted open. I mean, he chest chopped Butch and he landed on the freaking announce table. And then at some point, Gunther, McIntyre, and Sheamus all have a moment in this match on the outside. I'm not surprised Gunther is victorious. And then at the end, you have Drew McIntyre do a Claymore to Gunther, and McIntyre and Sheamus have a moment in the ring. So I feel like this match was really more about the story that's being told with Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre than about Gunther versus Butch. And we got a couple of announcements. So we find out that next week is being called WrestleMania Smackdown. We're going to have Sheamus and Drew McIntyre versus Imperium. Cody, Rhodes, and Roman Reigns are going to come face to face. And we're going to have the return of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. This is happening on the Go Home Show to SmackDown. Really. You know, I had a choice to make. I could have either gone to SmackDown Go Home Show to WrestleMania, or I could have gone to Super Card of Honor. As you know, they're both on the same day, same time. So I had to choose. And I wanted to get the full WrestleMania week experience. So I decided to go to Friday Night SmackDown, the Go Home Show to Mania. I have no doubt that the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns coming face to face will be good. But really, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal is going to take place here. I really hope I don't regret my decision of going to SmackDown, the Go Home Show to Mania over Super Card of Honor. Really hoping that's the case. So they showed the participants of this match. And here you can see some of them here. Bobby Lashley is going to be in this. So I wonder if that means Bobby Lashley is going to be taken off of WrestleMania. I honestly think it's going to come down to either LA Knight or Karrion Kross as the winner of this year's Battle Royal. But let's look at some of the previous winners. 2014, you had Cesaro. 2015, you had Big Show. 2016, you had Baron Corbin. 2017, you had Mojo Rawley. 2018, you had Matt Hardy. 2019, you had Braun Strowman. 2020, they didn't have a Battle Royal for obvious reasons. 2021, you had Jey Uso, and last year you had Madcap Moss winning. Out of all those winners, only Baron Corbin, Braun Strowman, Jey Uso, and Madcap Moss are still with the company. Braun Strowman did get released, but he was bought back. If not, then only 3 would be. But these people that have won, they didn't do anything afterwards. You know, you would think that maybe winning this Battle Royal you would receive a push, but no, nothing happened with these winners. And LA Knight could win, Karrion Kross could win, but I really hope that if they do win, that something comes out of it, because what the previous winners have shown, nothing really comes out of it, honestly. And then after this, we had the KO show with Sami Zayn, which I talked about at the beginning. Overall, tonight, SmackDown wasn't that bad. I was not a huge fan of the Charlotte promo, and I was not a huge fan of the WrestleMania Showcase qualifier match. But aside from that, if we take those 2 things out, everything else would have been good. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. And with that being said, that concludes this review. I really hope next week's show is the Go Home Show. I really hope it is good and I don't regret my decision of choosing SmackDown over Super Card of Honor. But let me know in the comments, what would you have gone to if you had to choose between attending the Go Home Show to Mania or Super Card of Honor? What would you have attended? Let me know in the comments down below. So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continuous support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys. Actually, I might see you guys tomorrow for Rampage. If not, then I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.